the D. This is me at 43. Yes, your girl just celebrated her birthday and decided to go all natural. I'm your girl, Simona Lisa. This is my co-host, Dr. No.
Peace in the house, everybody.
Yes, and we are happy to be back. Now, like I told y'all last time, because on the last show, we spoke briefly about that OnlyFans situation with the NBA player Joe Smith. His wife now has an OnlyFans page, and we kind of left it open because I didn't have all the info. So now I would just like for you all to support, because it sounds like her OnlyFans has been open to support the family.
Right.
And the bills are what, $157,000 a month. So that's the debt. And the income ratio was only 26K. So I actually commend this young lady.
It's a big deficit.
And you know what I mean, if you can get it with OnlyFans, I say do you. You doing it for the family. You not just doing it for the fun.
Right. You
trying to get back to actually stay where you at and not get evicted.
Wasn't he on? Wasn't that guy? I know he's an NBA player. Wasn't he doing the 3-on-3 with Ice Cube and I don't know how much they pay him, but I don't think he's doing it this year or whatever. But I know he was.
And that might be some money that they missed out of this $157,000 month debt they have.
That's a lot of monthly debt.
But how would you feel if your wife had to resort to unmentionable measures to help fix the debt?
Well, we'll have to definitely cut back on some luxuries. You know what I mean? It's definitely we'll have to cut back on some luxuries. You know what I'm saying? So instead of the driving the
Benz and the Rolls Royce,
let's get you a nice
Tesla.
Get you a nice Jeep or something like that, or
not even a Tesla.
No, not even a Tesla.
She gonna go to OnlyFans, no. She gonna go to OnlyFans, Doctor. No, I'm just.
Yeah, well, But you know what?
You trying to do a complete downgrade.
Well, you know what? Sometimes that's what you have to do because you got people out there that don't have the means or the
the hustle.
Well, not even the hustle. You don't have people that that want to see you on my fans or something like that.
Yeah,
and all depends on OnlyFans. All depends on how much revenue you bringing in.
Now, I do believe that you all want to see her. Her name is Yasmin Penn-Davis, and she has an OnlyFans, and she is using it. I'm not mad at you, sister, to go ahead and make up for some of the money that was lost in the home. So, hey, do what you got to do to get that money. I'm not mad at you. Now, Draymond Green, let's hope that your wife not on OnlyFans after you done got suspended for 5 games for fighting. Now, she should.
No, he good. He good. He
gave up $769K.
That's not
almost $800K.
Well, that's not a lot of money for him. I mean, that's not a lot of money for him right now at this time. You know what I'm saying? That's not a lot of money right now for him. He gets signed $100 million or something for a 4-year contract. That's so $750,000 for him right now. That's not you might have teammates could be chipping in. You know what I'm saying? Or the owner could be like, you know what, man? You the team getting publicity. You looked out for the players and all that kind of stuff. And for an owner, they pay a lot of those fines sometimes for those players. So you
think the owner forgave him for I want to say seconds, but it's minutes into the game, he grabbing his opponent?
No, I don't think the owner actually per se forgave him, but I do know as an athlete, and when I play, you do look out for your teammates. You know what I'm saying? And you don't want nobody just coming up there taking advantage and dogging your teammates out. You know what I mean? So that's a big deal because it ain't gonna look good in the locker room. Cause see, when you out there getting whooped or somebody fouling you or even football, you get a dirty hit or something like that, and then everybody out there, scrapping, for the team, and then I'm then coming to the locker room, especially if I was the one that they did it to. I'm looking at you if you didn't even get involved inside of my house. So what were your antennas?
Yeah,
at?
like I
Where
get it.
where
From
your
that
antennas
standpoint, I
at?
do get it.
You know, where were you at when we all of us out there? You know, and then what happened if it's your turn next? You gonna want us to?
Come to your aid.
Cause
So
that's
yeah,
right.
that's all I do. I get that point. I
But
get
he
that
was
point.
it was excessive. But you know, and then that's not the first time he got into that type of situation because you know he's a hard nosed player. You know, some people say he's a dirty player, but you know he's a hard nosed player. Plus, you know he from Saginaw, Michigan. You know what I mean? So you know, bad boys, Detroit, baby. You know the Pistons. You know.
Well, let's just hope his significant other, wife, girlfriend, whoever he does have, don't have to resort to OnlyFans
Well,
because you keep doing crazy
well,
stuff to take money out the house.
I think he can.
He can do.
I think
He can
can-
survive
he
a
can
couple
survive-
fines.
He can survive a couple fires. Yeah, most definitely.
Now, how about, because I hear what you're saying about that. How about our NBA player? Is it, pronounce it for me, Ja Morant?
Ja Morant. Okay.
Do you think now this one's a little bit bigger because he want to be a gangster. He not a Detroit bad boy. I don't believe.
No.
But he wants to be a gangster and gave up 39 mil and bonuses for showing a gun on social media at a strip club.
Aha.
Aha.
That's a horse of another color on a whole nother doggone scale because what we got here, $7.6 million. It was more than that.
Oh.
Yeah. With endorsements and all this kind of stuff, he probably dropped like maybe 35 from
To
them
me,
25 games.
all I'm saying is money. Like, if you was just going to give it back, I know your family, like, if you was just going to give it away, dog, Thanksgiving just passed, you could have just blessed us all.
Well, you know, I think he got like a $200 million contract or something like that. He just signed. And he young.
But to lose almost a meal of it, it still hurt. Because, I mean,
well, you know what?
It's just a normal thing. And I ain't even going to say it's a black thing. It's a normal thing. It don't matter how much money you have. When you lose some, it counts. So, I don't care if I lost $20 and hit the lottery tomorrow for $25K. I'm going to be like, I would have had $25K and $20.
Well, you know what? You know what though? Let me put this on the table, young lady, so you can fully understand where the doctor's coming from.
Okay, Dr. No.
You ready?
I'm listening.
Now, I'm going to the store and playing my Powerball, right?
Mm-hmm.
I put my Powerball in and I hit for $1 billion. The lottery is $1 billion, right? So, I'm a happy man. Never had $1 billion before.
Oh, yeah.
Never had $1 billion before. But when I go cash that in, I'm coming home with like maybe 500 million.
Yeah, they're going
And then after taxes on that, I'm coming home with 300 or 400 million.
Now that's different.
No,
versus
it ain't.
just
It ain't
being
different.
taken or you losing it.
Well, you know what? Being taken is worse than losing it.
It's
Don't be
some
took.
situation.
Being taken is being taken from me is worse than losing it, especially if that much money and you got to pay all them taxes and pay all that kind of stuff on. And if you take it out early, they're gonna tax you again.
Oh, you sound like you're talking about a pension.
No,
I
they
feel about my
do.
401.
They tax you again. And
Yeah.
now this the kicker. If you take money, have more money for the 20-year period, you can't bequeath it to nobody. And that $1 billion that you won from that hitting that number, that what, $500 million or something that they took
Or less.
is going right back into that pot. And going 500 million, and then they're gonna stack it from that. So, but if you never had money in the first place,
Yeah.
you can't.
It don't. I guess it don't hurt so
It don't
bad.
hurt.
when
It
you
don't
lose
hurt
it.
so bad.
But I promise you, somewhere down the line, when the money start running real thin,
Oh, it always.
they gonna be thinking like, "I wish I'd have had that money." So
Look at all
y'all need to start making better decisions.
Look at all the people that hit the lottery and went broke.
Oh yeah, I love watching that show. Where are
That
they
went
now with the lottery winners?
It was a guy from New Jersey. His name was, if I'm not mistaken, his name was Mac Jones or something like that. He was a restaurant owner.
Mm-hmm.
He hit the New Jersey lottery, I think, for $10 million.
Mm.
Okay, and he hit the lottery. He went through a divorce or whatever, settlement and all that kind of stuff, and he ended up broke. He ended up broke, and turned around and hit the lottery again.
I think I did hear about that.
Wow.
The two-time lottery winner, and I think he's still broke again.
You know, yeah.
I think I looked. I think I saw that one.
Yeah, so.
Because that's like a 1 in a million shot right there. Hitting the lottery twice.
Yeah, you never had it. You never had that money like that. Lose it. You gotta cut back on your luxuries.
Yeah, you just gotta compensate in other ways for the money being taken.
Yeah, because it's gonna go through your hands if you're being a fool. As money soon depart. It's gonna go right through your hands, man. That kind of money. Then you got family, you got friends, then Uncle Joe and Uncle and Auntie whoever coming out the woodworks or whatever like that, they already got the DNA papers already in their hands, saying proving that I'm your cousin.
But I mean, I just feel bad that they lost it in that way. I'm sure they could have found some better use for that money. But like you said, when you ain't never had it, it don't hurt as bad.
Yeah, you got to when you got your finances, man, you gotta be wise with it.
But I still hope I don't see nothing else with these names in it. These two names, Draymond, or let me do Green and Morant.
And Morant, yeah.
Because y'all got to do better. Like, we all have to lead by example. I think it's funny now. You remember growing up back in the day, our parents and peers would say stuff like, "Oh, these rappers got to do better because they got so many youth following them."
There's a lot of youth, yeah.
And now it's like everything is just free for all and open for everybody.
It's more than youth. It's like it's a culture of people. You got the athletes. You got the rappers. You got the athletes. You got singers. You got all different type of people that it's the culture, that whole hip hop culture.
But it's not hip hop culture. At some point, it's just a bad influence. Like we used to.
It is.
It's like such a different day and age today versus what I grew up in, where I don't know. I think it was Nelly who took the credit card and swiped it down the young lady's body. Like that would totally be cool today. That's like lightweight as far as disrespect and degrading. That's like at the bottom. That's like slap on the wrist, petty. But back in the day, it was like they was almost ready to crucify Nelly for doing that booty swipe or
a whole lot of things they was doing back then that that they can't do now.
Luke and the 2 Live Crew would bang right now. Because and the Too Short and all of them, this is their era.
It was being banned back then.
They wouldn't be now. At the point in time a song can say my pink, you hold brown, I think I think Luke and them could come out and make us, y'all would kill the game right now with y'all songs.
I think Luke still gonna be over the top of Uncle Luke, because he gonna find a way to. He don't
even have to change no songs. Put out the same songs that everybody was crying about then, and saying that you should be ashamed of yourself. That's horrible. Put that same stuff out right now.
I think Uncle Luke will go to another level on this here. You don't want to see what he probably come out with.
I remember hearing Doo-Doo Brown and people, but now they be like, my pink, my booty all brown.
Yeah. And then it's acceptable. But you know what though? Something else Luke said on an interview with Geraldo Rivera. They asked Luke, "Do you let your kids listen to that?" You know what Luke said?
What?
I don't let my kids listen to that. I put out 2 versions. Honest. I put out 2 versions: a nasty version and a clean version. If you want your kids to listen to the nasty version, I ain't got nothing to do with that, because them ain't my kids. My kids don't listen to it.
Okay.
Girl, 18 years old, got pregnant. She went and told her parents. The parents didn't like it one bit. So she invited the guy who got her pregnant over, and he pulled up in a Ferrari. So the father had a shotgun, and he sat down and said, "You got my daughter pregnant." He said, yeah, but said she's of age and we love each other. He said, okay, well, what you gonna do about it? The man drove the Ferrari in and got the girl pregnant. He said, well, if it's a boy, I'm gonna set him up in his own business, and I'm gonna set him up in his own business and give him $2 million in his account. And if a girl, I'm gonna give her $2 million and get her own businesses. And if it's twins, I'm gonna set them up in their own accounts and have them a business. They're gonna be self-sufficient, and I'm gonna make sure they're self-sufficient for the rest of their lives. And then the man said, well, what happened if there's a miscarriage? The father racked the shotgun. Then your ass is gonna try again.
But yeah, I do believe that it would be better if we were going by those same standards that they used to go by back in the day, with not wanting, before social media, with not wanting people in high places like superstars or stars to be so persuasive with our youth.
You got a lot of the stars that, and you could tell the difference because you got a lot of them that was raised by their grandmothers. You got like LL Cool J, people like that.
I love him. So positive. I cannot, and I've known, been listening to and a fan of LL Cool J since probably birth.
Right.
And I can't say a bad thing about the man.
No, he's been an upright gentleman. Well, I think Will Smith's grandmother, a lot of them raised him, and him and his mother.
I'm gonna hold my tongue on Will.
Well, but still, I'm just saying. but I'm just saying. But when
we gonna play that for another.
When he first started out as the Fresh Prince and Jazzy Jeff, he was wholesome.
He was wholesome. He was real.
And there's a lot of guys like that, in sports and stuff like that, raised by their grandmother. A lot of us was raised by our grandma.
I'm a grandma raised. My grandmother's had a lot of influence in my life.
It had a whole lot
I had
of
a few grandmothers, so yeah. The more the merrier with grandma.
Yeah, and they values and stuff was way. We need to bring that back.
I think that's what I was just about to say. We are the grandmas now. Like, we are the ones that's got to fight for what our children will be influenced by, and I just don't believe we putting up a big enough fight.
I think the public schools. I think all the public schools should have a grandma, a granddaddy, a big ma or a big pa. Well, no, a class of all the old values and stuff they used to do, and things like that, and what they went through.
Because now history has changed. That's our history now. Yeah. What big mamas used to do.
Yeah.
We need more big mamas.
Yeah, what they went through.
And I don't think big mamas are being brought up anymore.
No, and the things that they went through to
only
to
aunties.
To help raise the kids and grandkids and stuff like that.
The aunties was wild.
Yeah.
Big mamas and grandmas, they were wholesome. Put you in church.
And the uncles too. The uncles.
Because I know my grandmother had me in Bible study on Wednesday, Sunday school. I was in church so much, and as a grandmother now, we be at Golden Corral. Sunday mornings ours is different, and that's my fault. I'm gonna get us into religion more because I recognize, and I have to hold myself accountable. I am the grandma now, so I'm molding the generation now.
Yeah, they need it. I mean, because it's crazy, it's wild out here. But it's wild out here. I remember when I first started, I was one of them Catholic, one of the boys that
holds the thing to light the candle.
My brother did that. I had carried the Bible thing. In the church and stuff like that.
Grandma had you there, huh?
Well, not she didn't have me there, but one of the neighbors, Miss Hilka, she went there, and she took us there, and we started going on Sunday with a few other people, the kids in the project, And,
I had a neighbor like that, Miss Rita.
Yeah, but one thing about Miss Hilka though, Miss Hilka. We had a camping at the church, all the kids, and it was scary because how the church is big, and we went to it's like an overnight camp, like at a church, and we had lunch packed and all that kind of stuff. Had the little sheets and stuff, all that like a tent, you know what I mean?
That sounds nice.
And the little flashlight, it sound fun, but the music in the background was Miss Hill was playing Jungle Boogie and.
Doing the butt.
that pimp, can't get enough of that funky stuff. And I'm thinking about Miss Helga.
Talk about some can't get enough of that
Yeah,
funky stuff.
that kind of changed me a little bit on Miss Helga.
You ain't know she had it in
I
her,
didn't know
that
she
soul
had
and boogie.
I didn't know she had that in her.
Now y'all know this next subject is dear to my heart because I am a comedian, but I do I have to talk about my baby Kevin Hart because I'm a diehard Kevin Hart fan. I've always loved me some Cat Williams, but soon as Kevin Hart stepped on the scene, it was just over for me. It was like he is my favorite little comedian, and I say little comedian because I feel like that's why they beef. I feel like that's the grounds for most of their beef is because they're both little comedians. And they feel like it's them against each other.
I don't know about them being little comedians is why they beefing. I don't know.
It's the hype.
No, I don't think so, man. I really don't think so. I don't think so. And I'm not a big Kevin Hart fan, you know. And no, I'm not a big Kevin Hart fan. I'm not a big Kevin Hart fan. So, you know, I'm not a big Kevin Hart fan.
So it looks like. Because I know they had an issue earlier in Kevin Hart's career where he came to the aid of Tiffany Haddish.
Okay.
And it looks like it's round 2 or probably 3 or 4 of the same situation. And it's almost like Cat Williams knows how to poke at Kevin Hart. Because that's the same thing that happened last time. The last time when he poked at Tiffany Haddish, it was an issue where Kevin Hart, I'm not quoting it verbatim, but his words were relative to, this is my little sister. You came in my backyard and you picked on my little sister, so now I'm going to defend her.
Right.
So for Kevin Hart Cat Williams, I'm sorry, to come at Tiffany Haddish for her comment was that she wants to sleep with a white man. I do too. I have not, but I mean, it's nothing wrong with that. But Cat Williams, I feel like he only poked at her because he knew he was going to get a response from Kevin Hart.
Well, he probably got a response from a whole lot of people, but Kevin Hart just probably, stepped up and said what he thought because she been getting into a lot of different things been going on with her.
I know, what is it, Ari Spears, his name is, that whole debacle that they had going on, and I did actually, unfortunately, because I can't unsee the videos that they were referring to, and they were not tasteful at all. And it's like Tiffany Haddish, at the point in time they getting in the car, and you know that the car is going in this direction. You have to get out the car, or you have to acknowledge that you're okay with the direction the car going in. Right. She tried to say that it was all him, but that's another thing.
Yeah, and then I think she just got a DUI the other day or something like that. Arrested.
Because honestly, the Ari Spears stuff actually kind of almost canceled out her career.
Right.
She said she lost a lot of bookings.
Yeah,
movies that she was booked for were canceled.
Yep.
And I mean that is depressing. So
it is.
I have to give her a pass only because I'm a Kevin Hart fan. So of course I'm Hart Haddish all day, every day, and I am biased. I'm not gonna lie. I love that sister, and I believe she deserves another chance. We all make mistakes.
Well, I think she deserves another chance too. Bless her. She's a talented young lady. You know what I'm saying? But she got issues that she dealing with, just like everybody else. Not just because she in Hollywood, but she got issues that she deal with that probably we wouldn't know about. In that business. You know what I mean?
And it's a risky business. Because Cedric, did you hear Cedric the Entertainer just came out with some, I want to say, some past evidence of Steve Harvey trying to sabotage our boy Bernie Mac.
Well, that's been around for a long time. That's been around for a long time. I can even remember when Kings of Comedy, they had at the end of, like, not the bloopers or nothing like that, but they had like. It was all outside shooting basketball and stuff
behind
like
the
that.
scenes.
Yeah, and Bernie Mac he was like they scared to give me a show. They know what I'm gonna do with it, but give me one. I'm gonna tear it up. They scared to give me a show.
And he did.
And
the Bernie Mac show had me running home as a kid. And I'm not gonna lie, Steve, I wouldn't have did it if it was you. I love you to pieces, listen to your morning show every day. but the energy that Bernie Mac gave, and it was honestly, the show was based upon his
Let me
joke.
tell you something.
Let me tell you
I'm
something.
gonna tell you what I'm gonna do. Okay, I'm gonna tell you that right now.
I love me some Bernie Mac.
Bernie Mac
But
was my
Steve
man.
Harvey, you are extremely talented
Yeah.
and amazing artist and just jack of all trades.
But you
But you could not have brought the energy to the shows that Bernie Mac did. And I'm thankful that the producers and the directors saw fit to put that man where he was. That show changed my life.
it was a very
The man upstairs,
educational.
what he's
It was a very educational show.
him downstairs. Oh my God, loved the show.
The Bernie Mac show was educational.
I don't even miss a marathon. Like if they playing the reruns on the regular, I'm watching it because the show was unmatched. It's nothing that can compare to that
Yeah.
show. He did his thing, and only he could have did it
Had good messages in it. It
every
was
time.
awesome.
And it was
Great
actually
show.
off of the joke he told on the Kings of Comedy.
Yeah, it was definitely.
And I'm like, I watched the Kings of Comedy again, even after I heard all of this. And I'm like, it's not a joke that I heard from Steve that I would have wanted to be turned into a show.
Well, the thing is that Steve is he's a very talented man, but the people that was on that Kings of Comedy, man. I mean, where would he have fit in?
Yeah. Steve was
where
on the
would-
Kings of
But
Comedy and
the only thing he had to do was
host.
open.
host.
Well, you gonna put him behind D.L. Hughley? He ain't gonna come in behind Central Entertainment.
Now, I'm actually not a DL Hughley fan.
I'm not a big D.L. Hughley fan neither, but I think he's funnier than Steve.
Nah, I'm not going to argue. Well,
I think he's funnier than Steve.
I'm going to say no comment. Only because DL Hughley to me is more of a, like he needs that audience engagement. Like if it's not somebody funny in the audience that
Right.
he can piggyback off of, it's hit or miss to
Well,
me. But
well-
I love DL Hughley. I love his arrogance and I love the fact that he's been out here in the game doing it for a very long time. I'm proud of it.
He's a conscious comedian. He's a conscious comedian. Like you say, you're a comedian. And certain things, comedians do. I consider myself a comedian. I never performed nowhere, but some of my best friends are jokers.
He gonna say, okay. Okay, I'm gonna get you some help. But yes, I hope that one day Cat Williams and Steve Harvey, I mean not Cat Williams and Steve Harvey, but Cat Williams and Kevin Hart can collab on something because both of them are hilarious.
Yes.
They are hilarious. And as far as Steve Harvey goes, like I said, those producers, they did what they should have did.
Tell me this: if you were creative or something like that, Kevin Hart been in a movie with everybody. I would love to see him in Cat Williams
Or
and
do
Kevin
a
Hart
tour.
in a
Oh
movie together.
my God, y'all gonna be like probably right. Okay,
Yeah.
well y'all may be a little ways up under the Renaissance tour, but trust me, that
Right.
stuff gonna be hilarious.
Right,
That stuff is going to be hilarious.
right.
Those two together.
The short of things. That's what the show should be called. The short of things.
That'll work. That'll work. But you know what I love? I love that Detroit has their own little comedian. Comedian Kevin Biggs. He actually has a party coming up. His birthday. He's a Sagittarius. But we have our own little comedian, and that
Okay.
man is hilarious. So I'm gonna need y'all to get into our own little comedian, and maybe all three of y'all can collab. Cat Williams, Kevin Hart, and Kevin Biggs. That's what I'm talking about. That's right. If y'all want to come and support one of Detroit's own, Big Shorty, comedian Kevin Biggs, his party would be at Brooksky's. It's on 7625 West Warren Avenue. It's December 16th. It's the Polo and Patron party. So make sure you
Ooh.
fresh to death with your polo on.
Polo and Patron.
And it's free entry. Detroit, y'all know how much I love free. So make sure y'all come out and support one of Detroit's own. And he will be arguing with Kevin Hart and Cat Williams with the short people. because he's one of our short comedians, Shorty Big Kevin. Comedian Kevin Biggs. So yes, you
Oh,
definitely
that's his.
want to
Oh,
support
he's
him.
short of his name Biggs.
4'11". He's 4'11".
Oh,
Yeah,
is that his real last name, Biggs?
no, I don't
Oh, okay.
believe so.
Okay.
But you know how they come with the aliases.
Oh yeah. Just like the real big guy call himself Tiny.
The Napoleon complex. So yeah, that's him. So it's comedian Kevin Biggs. When I get tall, you may see him riding around in the D, but we definitely want to support our own little comedian as well. If y'all out here supporting Kevin Hart and Cat Williams, you definitely want to support this one because have you rolling. He is hilarious. Now, another thing going on in Detroit, this restaurant called Petty Cash.
Ooh.
It's a Detroit eatery located at 20050 Livernois. It's open Thursday through Sunday. You can check the hours of operation. It's business attire. And it's upscale. It's like a sort of upscale type of club. So you definitely want to make sure that you are dressed for the occasion. No jeans and gym shoes and all of that good stuff. And
See, you got you really gotta read the prompts and all that kind of stuff, because I really ain't got no glasses on. So I'm reading this, a little bit, and then you when you're doing stuff like this, man, you can get into trouble, because I'm looking at Sunday, on such and such Livernois, somebody walked away with some petty cash, and I'm thinking,
oh my goodness.
thinking like
You
somebody.
thinking we about to report about somebody getting robbed? I am wondering, where did y'all come up with this name?
Somebody take the petty cash out the cash register.
You know what?
Sunday?
Dr. No, I'm going to go and I'm going to ask them where they get this name from, because I too thought that some petty cash was going on when I received my notes.
Yeah, that's
I'm like, somebody done took somebody petty cash.
That's a name right there, boy. You know what I'm saying?
But wait, it don't even kind of don't go, because petty cash, but you want me to wear business attire?
Right.
Y'all stay tuned, because I'm gonna go there.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go there in this coming week,
Yeah.
and I want y'all to see what's going on that petty cash.
Right. Yeah. That's.
But I hear they got good food. So
Okay.
please support. Please, 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 Detroit. Y'all know how we do. Black owned.
Right.
Let's show up and show out.
What if I came up with a restaurant called Blue Collar Crime?
The fans will probably be looking for you. No.
It'd be a eatery or something like that, though. Just a name. It's just a name.
Makes sense.
Yeah, it's just a name. They wonder where you got it from, though. But I don't know nothing about Blue Collar.
Now, this is a segment in our podcast where we talk about a random subject, because most of our stuff it's a little scripted, because we want it to flow smooth and be professional. But this hour right here is not scripted. We are going to talk about whatever is on our mind. No, Dr. No, you want to go, or do you want me to go?
You can go first, and I can, figure out what I'm on, because I got a lot of stuff on my mind, and I'll let you go ahead and do.
Not a problem. I don't mind taking
Oh,
control.
no
I am a
problem, no problem.
Scorpio.
There you
But
go.
no, I wanted to talk about what I'm seeing a lot of, because men, not just men, the children as well, are blaming single mothers for a lot of what we talked about earlier, which is how our children are being brought up.
Okay.
And I'm not saying that they are or they are not to blame. But at what point are we going to stop trying to figure out whose fault it is and start just focusing on how to fix it? Because we may never decide on who was actually at fault. But what if we can decide on how to fix it? What you think about that?
The single parent mother thing been going on for a long time. You know what I'm saying? And you have some mothers that they got that nurturing from their mother to raise those kids the proper way, or information and wisdom from that mother to instill in those kids. Like my mother, was a single mother, but it's like, after we got a certain age, then you start going on our own and things like that. But I don't think, that we turned out what we were, you know, crime and all that kind of stuff, and there's a whole lot of mothers out there trying to do their best to raise their kids with what they got. My thing is
I agree.
my thing is, I don't think the mothers should be to blame. It should be these daddies. That's the problem.
No, and see, that's what I'm getting at. The more time we spend saying, no, it's your fault, no, it's your fault, the more time we spend pointing these fingers right here, the less time we're spending on correcting the issue, and the issue is getting out of hand. These children are getting out of hand. Shootings at school, bullying at school, suicide due to bullying at school. A lot of these things are getting out of hand, and all that we've still been doing since I was an adolescent is since I was a child, all we've been doing is arguing about whose fault it is. No one has even taken the time to come out with a solution.
Where's these dads? That's the thing.
Now, what I am, and we're gonna save the big spectrum of this comment for another topic. But
that's a good one.
I saw a mother who got pregnant by a young man in the military.
Mm-hmm.
He did not want to be a father. She was like, okay. Well, she pushed the issue and got a DNA test, proved that he was the father. He asked for visitation off the record, so they, aside from the DNA test, they didn't go through the courts for anything else. Okay. He got visitation with the baby. Well, she allowed him to spend time with the baby. From that moment, it went downhill. He abused the child, blamed it on the mother, gained full custody, and later killed the child. So I'm not gonna sit out here and tell women you need to let that man see that baby.
I didn't mean it.
No. Like I said, this is a bigger. That's just a small comment to explain why I said what I just said. But to the fathers, to me, that go to court and actually fight for parental rights, you deserve it, because I cannot imagine a man fighting for parental rights and then hurting that child.
Well, when you dealing with a fool, either way, you got to use caution.
I just can't imagine, because it's some steps, and they put you through it. They put you through it. I remember fighting for custody of my adopted children.
Okay.
And me and their biological mother, we both had a list of steps that we had to take to obtain the children. Now, I did everything on my list. Parenting classes, I took 2. They only required 1. I went above and beyond, because I know that I'm going against their mother.
Right.
So I need to be that much more qualified to even have a chance at winning.
Right.
So I did everything that I had to do, and that's the same thing a father would have to do. But that's why I say that I don't believe that they'll go through all of those steps, parenting classes and anger management or whatever needs to be done to hurt that child. After you're done with all them classes, you're actually a better person. I'm better at parenting because of those classes.
Right. You educated yourself,
And leveled up. I leveled up and did what I had to do to get the children. So if a man is willing to level up and do what he has to do to get his children, I don't believe that he'll harm them. And that is only a situation that I believe should take place if you feel that your child may be in danger with this father. Now, for fathers that's just been there for you by your side 100%, mothers need to be more accepting and letting them, co-parent.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying. A lot of the fathers, could, they're not necessarily get custody, but do more.
But that's why I say that story, because that father didn't have custody.
Right.
He had visitation and turned it into a whirlwind of hurt for the mother.
Right.
So I can understand now, and that's why I would never tell a mother, just go ahead and blindly send your child off because that man is the father.
Of course not.
I am intelligent enough to understand that there is a disconnect as far as the bond that a mother naturally has with her child and a bond that a father forms with their child.
And then you got guys out here that don't do nothing for their for their kids.
And some men do have a natural bond. Like, I believe my sons, both of them, because I have 2 sons that are fathers, they were involved throughout the entire pregnancy. So the bond was natural. They feeling kicks, they hearing heartbeats, and they're crying, and they're feeling an emotional attachment to their child. They can't wait to get home to talk to a belly. So I mean, some fathers can't have that natural day one bond.
They was involved with the.
Now,
with
for the
child.
mothers who feel like you need to proceed with caution, proceed with caution.
Right.
But definitely
For sure.
let that man take care of that child if that's what he has in his heart to do.
Yeah.
Don't stop it and don't play games with the situation
No.
because I'm not even gonna lie, these children are getting out of hand.
You know, there's a lot to do. Schools are not stepping up. Our leaders ain't helping to step it up with, as far as that. We can't
The
blame it.
resources are not
Yeah,
there.
they're not there.
They
We
used to
can't
be.
blame it on everybody, but they're not there. Like earlier, we was talking about that lottery. There's no way I can believe that some of that money is supposed to be going to the Detroit public schools.
And they
they're
still
not
is
getting
poor
that
and
money.
functioning on the
No
level that they
computers,
functioning on.
no computers, and none of that kind of stuff. There's enough money there that these kids should have computers. They should have iPads. They should have everything in these schools. All that money they making.
It is time to look at the numbers. When the last time we looked at, I'm gonna have to look it up. It's about time we look at those numbers.
Yeah, it's a lot of things that's filling these kids. You know, a lot of things. It's messed up, man.
But I would like to see us, and maybe we'll look into that for the city of Detroit, a round table where we can discuss the solution. Because we just need to agree to disagree on the problem.
Yeah.
Whether it's single mothers, whether it's absentee fathers, it does not matter why these kids are out of hand. We need to figure out how to get them back.
And they're young.
Amen.
They're young.
They out here cursing and twerking and
Going to school, threatening schools and all this. It's just,
bullying teachers. We see more of those kids fighting teachers than we've ever seen.
yeah.
I don't know if any of you follow me on my social media on TikTok, Instagram. I'm Simona Lisa, the comedian. But I recently went old school. I did like my mama did me. The teacher kept calling me for my daughter and calling me. I'm like, I can't go up here and beat her because I don't whoop my kids, CPS. But I was like, what can I do? Okay, so I went and I had my hair. I was looking like a mixture between Coolio and the guy from Don't Be a Menace to South Central while drinking your juice in the hood.
Mhm.
I had like pigtails sticking out everywhere. I went and put on the homeliest outfit I can find, and I went up to that school and I embarrassed her. I said, show me around to all your friends, and I did. I embarrassed my baby.
When you say CPS, I mean it's right there. You know, like you said, it's right there in Proverbs, man. Spare the rod, destroy the kid. When you spare that rod,
Wait a minute. I think it's spoiling.
no, you
Better ride, you spoil the child, Dr. No. Or because if you spoil them, I guess they are destroyed.
Yeah, they destroy.
Okay, now I definitely hope that we can come together, have a meeting of the minds, and make sure that we get this youth squared away.
Yeah.
Because we really need to. It's not something that we can just continue to sleep on. Like, we have to figure out how to co-parent and how to make sure these children are being brought up better. Or when we need them, we're not going to have nobody.
No. That's the future.
When we're old and senile and need help, everybody going to be like, hey, and talking about Tatianas
Yeah. Kicking.
and Bust Down and Pound Town. We ain't going to get who's going to work at the senior citizen homes? Because these kids they're going to be too busy with BBLs and stuff. So
Yeah.
we definitely need to get them together.
See, all that, I'm gonna need one of those. I'm gonna need one of them code books to understand what all.
Me too. I don't even understand like the lingo when they be trying to send the text message.
Yeah, the BBL and all that kind of stuff. I'm foggy with that. You know, what is the BBL?
A Brazilian butt lift, something I want myself. I just can't afford it right now because I'm driving the 2013 car. I can't afford a 2023 butt. So until I can,
I didn't know. Hey, listen. I mind my own business. I don't know about everything that's going on out here in these streets. I thought you was talking about like a quarter pounder or a Big Mac or something like that.
No, it's that Brazilian butt lift
Oh,
on your booty.
okay.
But speaking of keeping your business private, Mr. Steve Harvey, first off, I want to say you the GOAT.
Okay.
Because I want to talk about him again because I know we was talking about him earlier, but I ain't finished saying all I had to say.
Okay.
Mr. Steve Harvey, for one, you the GOAT because you could have blasted her and played victim, but instead you like, nah, you shut up. Me and my wife gonna stay together.
Yep.
And you chose to take the route of the husband that's not going nowhere.
Right.
And I'm proud of you for that. More of
Yeah.
us need
Yeah.
people that's willing to stick by us no matter what.
Yeah.
But I hear you trying to hush the chef up with some money. How you feel about that?
Man, that's a tough one because obviously he's still the chef, ain't he?
Yeah.
You can't fire him, or it really is gonna be a mess. But I mean, it all depends. The chef could write a book. He can go on interviews. He can, he ain't done that yet. So
But with the right amount of money,
yeah,
he can shut that down.
he could.
For now.
He could shut it down for now. But like I said, the chef could go on the circuit itself.
My thing is, it's already out there. It's already been discussed. At this point, let it be what it is.
Yeah.
I mean, she cheated and you want to stay. What's wrong with that? I mean, look at Papoose.
Okay.
Well, I don't know if he want to stay, but their situation is a little different because I don't know if he wants to stay. But either way, it's like a hush hush situation. It's like we don't need to tell everybody what's going on. We don't need to address it. If y'all choose to work it out, work it out. Because I don't believe that Papoose and Remy gonna separate.
Papoose is the rapper, right?
Right.
And Remy a rapper too, right?
Yeah.
Fat Joe's team.
Exactly.
Okay.
What is it? Murder Squad?
Yeah.
Murder Inc. or something? Terror Squad.
Terror Squad.
Terror Squad.
Yeah. Fat Joe Terror Squad. Okay. Yeah. She went to jail, right?
And he remained faithful.
Right.
She gets out of jail. They spend a couple years in bliss and renew vows, and they had a beautiful little girl. I follow her on social media.
Okay.
She is life. The golden child is what he was calling her. I follow them because I love the love that they had, or hopefully I prayerfully still have. But
that's a beautiful thing if he waited for her like that, because we don't know what kind of hell she went through up in that prison.
But between her and Marjorie, I gotta say, y'all got us women looking down bad. Like we looking down real bad because it's like y'all got good men. I don't know Steve Harvey's history, but for the most part, you can't turn on 92.3 without hearing Marjorie's name, and she don't work on that show.
It's true.
And as far as Papoose, I mean, years. I believe she did 8+ years in prison, and it was well known that Papoose stayed quiet. Now, a lot of women have gone to jail, and a lot of men have not spoken up about anything regarding them staying faithful, not quiet. Papoose stayed faithful.
Right.
And they don't speak up about staying faithful, especially in this day and age where somebody on social media can be like, you lying, we screwed, I got proof, you texting me, I got receipts.
Right, all that.
He was able to come out on it like, hey, I ain't never cheated on this woman.
Right.
So that validates it right there. It's like I can say it with my chest because can't nobody expose me. I ain't cheat on you. And then for her to cheat with I'm not going to say he's a less than, but social media is saying that the young man, the battle rapper that she cheated with is less than Papoose. And that's only because if you've ever heard this man, I heard him rap the alphabet.
Okay.
Every single letter. I heard him take a bag, a mysterious bag with items he didn't even know, and take items out and rap about them. The man is phenomenal. So most rappers are less than, but this one in particular, less than what you had, Remy. Y'all got us looking bad. I'm a little embarrassed.
Yeah,
I'm a little embarrassed.
The creativity on a lot of things, with me what's going on today, I'm not too fond of it, but, because I'm old school, and I kind of don't keep up with all that, but, you know what I mean?
Well, it is my cup of tea.
Yeah, but I can understand that. You know what I mean? It's like a lot of these guys, man, you never heard of them before, but they got all they jet flying around in jets and all this kind of stuff, and I'll be like, wow.
Wait, you never heard of Papoose? Shame on you.
I've heard of Papoose.
He is a lyrical genius.
You know what? I heard of Papoose, but I've never followed his career. as far as
Oh,
his music or nothing like that. You know what I'm saying? And
I
I
think
heard of
most
him.
of his stuff, his past music was collabs with groups.
Yeah, I heard of his career and stuff like that. You know, because of the situation. Because this is on internet and all that kind of stuff.
Social
This
media.
is on social media. Yeah. So, you know, papoose. You know, that's an Indian word, I think.
Indian word.
Papoose is a baby. Indian baby, I think, is a papoose.
Oh, I'm gonna have to look it up, but I guess that's his rap name.
Yeah, papoose. Yeah, I think I should know, but forgive me for not knowing.
But yeah, I love Papoose. I follow his career. I follow his social media accounts. I watch The Love, and he was on a reality TV show.
Oh, that
I
TV
follow
show.
those. And I think it was Love and Hip Hop New York.
Yeah, the Love and Hip Hop show. They got Love and Hip Hop
It was
Detroit
a
too,
Love
don't
and
they?
Hip- I believe we do.
Yeah, but I've seen it
No,
before.
it's Love and Marriage. I
Oh,
believe ours
Love and
is
Marriage
called.
Detroit.
Love and Marriage Detroit.
Okay.
I
I've
watched
seen
it.
that before.
I don't know those people.
No, I've
I've
seen.
never seen them in Detroit, so I'm honestly starting to believe that they found those people in another state. Like I'm almost like,
yeah, I
is
believe
that
that.
place even in Detroit? Like I don't even think a lot of they filming in them houses are in Detroit, because in order for you to be on a Detroit reality TV show, you have to be around Detroit, and I don't know those people. I don't know where they work, where they are. I've never seen or heard of them before. They're not entertainers. I don't know who they are.
Well, I do know that they be downtown. They do. When you from Detroit, you know what downtown look like, and they be on that water. You know what I'm saying? Because you can see right Canada. A lot of times when they be on the boats and stuff like that. Partying. And
Maybe
stuff
they
like
in
that.
Canada looking
They
over at
downtown.
Detroit.
Well, it could be.
But I don't believe those people. But another reality show that I've seen is Now the Africans Are Doing It. They have like an African royalty show,
Oh,
and the
I've seen that.
Africans are doing like 100% deep, like United States reality TV show ish. They're like the fancy ones. They're throwing parties. They throw shade. They have beef. It's
Okay.
I mean, it's just a whole, like, it doesn't even look like it's an African culture. It looks like it's New York, Miami. It looks like that. And the way that they're acting in the flashy jewelry,
Yeah.
I was expecting to see more African culture when I
Yeah.
looked at it. And I believe it's called African Royalty or something like that, reality TV show.
Yeah, I probably would be interested in nothing like that.
Yeah, the reality TV shows they taking a turn for the left, but one that I still love is that Teen Pregnancy. I make my daughters watch that. All me and Shalette, they daughters watch that show, because my daughters are seeing firsthand women get pregnant, or girls rather get pregnant,
Mhm.
and boom, you're still a single mother.
Yep.
You're a single mother, so wait on it. Just wait on it. You can do the fun stuff if you want to. We can't, as parents, cannot stop you.
Right.
But trust me when we tell you that having a baby nest is not all it's cracked up to be. You're gonna be a single parent,
It's part of responsibility, man.
and a lot of these young men
Yeah.
are not ready, just like they were
Mhm.
not ready back in the day when your daddy made you.
Yeah.
A lot of times, because I asked that question when I was asking about the single parent argument. I said, if your mother would have waited for the right guy, because that's our issue, we picked the wrong guy and then we're a
Mhm.
single parent. But if your parents would have waited, how long would it have been before you were born?
Yeah.
It would have been another 3 years before my mama got married to who she thought was the right person at that time. So I would have been 40.
Yeah.
A lot of people didn't respond because they like, yeah, I wouldn't have been born. I had a few, I wouldn't have been born. Like, period. Because my mama never found the right guy. She never got married.
Well, I don't know if I can respond to that too much, because you never know. You just never know.
And you said you and your wife have no little ones, right?
Yeah. That was,
You do? So your wife, I'm telling you right now, I know for a fact I wouldn't have my first 2 children if I would have waited for marriage. Okay, I would not have had them, because waiting for the right one, I wouldn't have them till 2010, because that's when I actually was married and did it the right way. So
Mhm.
it's like, be thankful. Okay, it was a bad situation, but it came out beautiful. So just be thankful.
I'm not gonna comment on my situation, because I'm blessed with with everything that's going on.
And yeah,
I know I can be better.
Your children
You know what I
probably
mean?
don't blame y'all for
Yeah,
the lifestyle or the way they grew up. They take accountability. Like, dad or mom, y'all did a great job. Whatever we messed up on, we did ourselves. But to these children that are out here blaming single parents, would you be here if they would have waited and did everything the by the book, the marriage first? Would you be here? Because a lot of our moms never got married. Mine did, but a lot of our moms did.
Yeah, there's a lot of them out there that did not get married.
And the ones, as you can see, like the Papoose and Remy and Steve Harvey and Marjorie, a lot of the marriages don't work. Like, we think we have the right one, but psych, we got hoodwinked and bamboozled. So don't blame the mothers. And yes, if you're interested in coming together at a round table to talk about how we can help our youth, please let us know. Comment under this video. Comment on social media. Subscribe. Make sure you subscribe and let us know what we can talk about next, what you want to hear about, what Detroit locations you're considering going to. We'll go ahead and try them out for you. Let you know if it's worth it or no.
So Joe, when you did, remember you said you adopted some children.
Yes.
Worked out pretty good.
Amazing.
That's wonderful. That is so wonderful. And it's a story, about that. I think it's cute, and I want to tell you, I think it's cute, but it's a good wholesome story. It's a little turtle climbed to the tree, up top of the tree.
A turtle climbing.
Yeah, and he fell out. The little turtle got right back up there and climbed back up in that tree and fell out again. Right? Feeling sorry for the little turtle. So the little turtle tried it one more time. He gets to the top of that tree, and the mother bird looked at the daddy bird and said, I think it's terrible that he was adopted.
I'm going to get you some doggone help. That was our time.
Thank you a lot, Detroit.
Heard in the D. If you have something going on, please let us know so that we can let the city know. We can let our followers know and our viewers, because we love Detroit. We support Detroit, and we are here for you, Detroit.
Peace out, Dr. No. Get better, Jay.
Lisa, the comedian. Get better, Jay. We miss you.
We miss you, brother.